Can I tell you a fun fact real quick?
Let's hear it.
I'm gonna send an audition tape in for like a local TV project.
Let's go.
There's a sitcom that this guy is writing. It doesn't look like it's gonna go anywhere. He has like 10,000 followers on TikTok.
Hey,
but it'll be fun. He's writing a sitcom that's gonna be filmed and take place in Tacoma.
Nice.
And he's pretty liberal. Like the only characters that are for white people are essentially bad guys. But I'm going to send an audition tape in because it's funny. Yeah. It's lighthearted. Yeah.
That would be fun. That'd be awesome.
We should watch your audition tape and critique it.
Also, I was telling Ben, I found my first stand-up, like, it's on DVD, because I, like, burned it on DVD. I don't know where the digital file is, but it would be fun to watch that and, like, comment on it.
It'd be amazing.
And then for me, you guys just listen to my mix on Sunday, and then tell me it's too loud.
Yeah.
Can you turn it up more when Kayla sings in Spanish?
Adios mío. Let's do this thing. You guys, I hope you guys put in a lot of think time for this.
Nope.
Because I know I have. Beautiful.
I did on the way here just watch clips of the movies I haven't seen.
Awesome. Just to... All right, well, let's get into it then. This is New Way Stories, and this is the new and improved Jesse Roberts host. I'm in it to win it. I'm bringing the energy.
Oh, yeah.
Because today, on New Way Stories, Darius is with me. Ben is with us.
Oh, yeah.
And we're talking the best Pixar movie. This is something that Casey Girl pitched like 2 years ago, and we've just had such great content every single week that we couldn't quite get to it. But now it's like, all right, now's the time. Hoppers was just released. I haven't watched Hoppers yet.
Hoppers.
Looks really funny. I love the part in the preview where they're like, oh, it's like Avatar. They're like, no, it's nothing like Avatar. But then they get, and they're like, this is exactly like Avatar. I like when
it's a funny movie.
I like when they nod stuff to themselves. Here's the thing. I had ChatGPT build out a bracket of Pixar movies based on Rotten Tomatoes scores. Ooh. We're going to run through this bracket. We are going to tell you what the best Pixar movie is based on head-to-head matchups. Ben, do you in your mind have, don't tell me, but do you in your mind have what your best Pixar movie is?
It's in my mind.
It is in your mind. I have one. I have two that are like literally warring with each other. Three.
They're in your mind constantly, every day. They're battling.
Constantly.
My problem is I have one in my mind, but I have one in my heart. And then I have one in my butt.
And it's always hard to connect all three of those together.
And we're going to see all those today.
That would be, if I was like in the Captain Planet, it would be like head, heart, butt. But together we make Captain Confused.
So here's the rules. We compiled trilogies and sequels together as a net average. Okay? I didn't double check to see if ChatGPT was correct. We're just rolling with it. It's interesting because when we did the Marvel bracket. Side note, if you're like, good God, I'm getting out now, this isn't going to take 9 hours.
No, this is a much shorter list.
Much shorter list.
There's in two different like movie studios battling.
We're going to be disciplined. But there were some real clunkers in Marvel and some easy like wins.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. All of the Pixar movies, I think save one, are in the 90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Right.
So it's like really all close. And so this is...
And then Brave.
And then this is strictly a subjective...
No. This is...
Well, subjective for us is what I was going to say, which equals the correct answer.
Yeah. So all three of us subjective equals... Yeah,
exactly.
You're the one teaching the subject.
Absolute.
So here is, you saw this on Instagram because I was going to tell Ben to post it on Instagram as of this recording. So you'll see this graphic, so you'll know. But I'm going to pop it up right now. So if you're, if you are watching.
Pop it.
Oh, you can check out this. I hope that's working. So we've got a number 1 seed is WALL-E against The Good Dinosaur. Oh, 71%.
Good Dinosaur was a stinger.
Ratatouille against, they put Monsters University. Oh, and Monsters Inc. All right, we're not even going to, they were supposed to do sequels together. We're just going to
run this.
We're just going to run it. We're going to run it.
You're saying that we have to rank monsters. Oh, I see. Okay, no,
there's Monsters University and Monsters Inc. So, and also they have it's called the Elements of Style, which is, I think, it's just called Elemental. So This is why, AI won't overtake us quite yet.
That's probably Elemental. That's probably Elemental in a different language.
Yeah. Also, there's no cars.
All right.
It's fine.
No, that's not fine. Cars needs to be. All right, Monsters University
is Cars.
I
think that's
great.
It.
Okay, Monsters University is Cars. Let me just make sure that is correct. And this is as of 2024, so we aren't including Hoppers and Red.
Yeah.
Red didn't win.
No, it's not going to win.
Red was fun,
Red is good.
but it didn't
Red
win.
Is good. Yeah, I agree.
Turning Red or whatever.
What if we're missing a bunch more because the AI doesn't know what a movie is?
Well, this looked like on first glance.
We're gonna go.
I was like, yeah, this has the movies that I care about.
Yeah.
So, and then comment and be like, you idiots, you forgot this one. And don't say things like, "Well, where's Despicable Me? Where's Ice Age?" Those are different animation studios. You idiot. You metaphorical idiot.
Those are the Sony equivalent.
Yeah, and then that'll be next podcast is we will figure out which Sony movie will lose to Pixar. All right, I'm going to
What if we put across this? What if we put Into the Spider-Verse in here, though? That's a Sony movie, bud.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that's a Pixar movie. I'm going to figure out how to get off of this screen really quick so you can see our faces.
Okay.
Once again, all right, here's the first matchup. WALL-E versus The Good Dinosaur.
WALL-E.
Oh, yeah.
I think we can all say WALL-E.
Yeah, yeah, obviously.
The Good Dinosaur is the one. The Good Dinosaur is the one Pixar movie that I went away being like, I didn't like that movie.
Oh,
really?
I didn't dislike it. It just felt like I had seen it before. It was pretty unoriginal to me.
Yeah,
go for it, Ben.
No, it was the movie I was watching with clips literally on the drive here. It was just YouTube clips that Malia pulled up, and I kind of got the first bit of it, the first clip, and I'm like, yeah, I get this movie.
Yeah,
I get what the rest of it is.
The Good Dinosaur is actually a poor man's Brother Bear, if I may.
Or Ice Age. It's like an Ice Age.
It's kind of like an Ice Age, yeah, very similar. But in Brother Bear,
it just happens.
They hate each other, but one of them is responsible for killing the other one's parents. That's the
I think that you have such an incredible run. I remember the WALL-E promo was when Pixar folks got together, they sat down and they came up with these ideas, and they came up with Toy Story, A Bug's Life, Monsters Inc., and they were like, and this is the last idea out of that meeting, and it was just this incredible meeting of ideas where you just crushed 4 or 5 movies, right?
Yep.
And then a couple years later, it was A Good Dinosaur, and it was kind of fun because at least in the lead up to it, you're like, oh, this is different. I'm excited to see something. I don't know. It just kind of struck me. I forget even what year it was, but I'm like, oh, this feels not like Pixar in a way. And that was exciting. But then I watched it and I was like, oh, that's not exciting. I want Pixar to continue to be Pixar.
I wonder if it was even just visually. The start there's a new style that they have now that The Good Dinosaur has, Turning Red has.
That's kind of true. Yeah,
there's a new
Luca as well.
Luca has it.
Yeah.
There's a certain, and I hate it. And I don't, and it's a little bit of cranky
You're talking
old
like
man.
the animation style?
Yeah, it's a little bit of the old man in me that has been around since the golden age.
Yeah.
That this new stuff, I'm like, ugly. I don't even care what the story is. Looks ugly.
Yeah.
One of the things that we're going to see here, I think, as we do the bracket is the love of some of the original ones is that they're not humans. In the kind of like special sauce of like anthropomorphizing all of these things is really one of the things that made Pixar so great. And WALL-E wins so many points just on look at every other thing, every other picture on here. WALL-E doesn't have an actual face.
Yeah.
WALL-E but they make WALL-E so expressive without having any kind of animal face.
Yeah.
And that is something that is like a real magic to me. It's for just like these movies.
It's like how kids play. Like you give them anything and it becomes this brand new. Like I give like Marion something and now it's baby. Yeah. It's my baby.
Yeah, I also think in animation though is you want the fantastical, or you want you know, the outside of the normal. I was watching an interview with Quentin Tarantino, and he was talking about his upcoming Pixar movie. Just kidding.
I would love to watch that.
It was Francis Ford Coppola.
It's called All the Nasty Bolts.
Asked a question. He was like, "Are you like, will you ever do a movie that is like grounded or like outside of the like comfort of genre?" And Tarantino was like, "Maybe when I'm older, but right now, I really love genre." And that doesn't mean that these movies aren't like incredibly personal to me or that I'm tackling something that I'm going through in my life. I just like putting it in genre in this crazy situation. And
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is barely genre to me.
Sure. I feel that.
What is it supposed to be? Noir?
Yeah.
Ish. But the point is, though, I think for when you put a human into the human story, right? It with animation, it kind of loses it.
Yep.
But when you put in feelings of loneliness to a robot, all of a sudden we can handle it a little bit.
Frickin' kills. This totally destroys a good dinosaur. Good dinosaur can freaking eat my shorts.
The good dinosaur
is the bad dinosaur.
It went extinct immediately.
Okay.
All right, number two. Next. Number two, Ratatouille. Also, their seating is wrong in this. They've got like Inside Out and Coco together. They're 98, 97%. 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. Ratatouille versus, what did we say this one was?
Monsters Universe. Oh,
Cars.
Cars.
Oh, you're changing it to cows.
Ratatouille versus Cars. And because the AI machine messed up, I think that this is going to go down as an upset. Any way you look at it, Ratatouille or Cars going out in the first round.
I was going to choose Monsters University.
You were going to choose University over Ratatouille?
I was, not because I think it's a better film, like objectively, but because I think it's a more entertaining film to me personally. Ratatouille is it's one of the top 3 Pixar movies in terms of like execution. Monsters University, freaking hilarious. I laughed the whole time.
It's true. It's so much fun.
It's a really good sequel. Like it was one of those movies that like I'm glad they made it. They didn't need to, but I had a great time that they did.
Yeah, I also have Kate and I watched that movie on our honeymoon.
Oh,
yeah, very romantic.
So cute.
But let's talk about Monsters University when we talk about Monsters Inc.
Let's do it.
Ratatouille versus Cars. What does your gut say?
Oh, I'm gonna go Ratatouille.
It's Ratatouille. Ratatouille is my number one.
I too was gonna go Ratatouille. Here's the thing: I had to rewatch Cars because Cars was, I think, because I'm not really into Cars all that much. Like
awesome.
Like, I don't know if this was just subconsciously me being like, listen, I don't have to be a man, if I, to like, or I don't have to like cars to be a man. And then they like have these cars come out and you're like, well, you're supposed to like this. You're a boy, which is true, which is something that early on, this is what Pixar did great. They go, hey, let's take the idea of the brave little toaster and instead of making, household appliances talk. Let's make our toys talk. They go, oh my god, kids love that way more. Talking,
not as scary.
Talking fish, talking. It's like these things are all really cool.
You really did show them though, because I remember, Jesse, you proved your point, because when we went to see Cars when it came out in the theater, you wore a feather boa and a tiara, and you had the magic wand with the star on top of it, and people were like, that kid doesn't conform to social norms.
No, not at all.
How old were you guys when you watched
Way to go. 19?
No, 16 is when it came out. Yeah. So when I was experimenting
25?
with my style.
Orange hunting hat, blood orange feather boa.
I rewatched Cars because I was like, this is the one that I needed to revisit. Yeah. And I will say on the rewatch, it's better than what I remember as a repressed 17-year-old.
It's so good.
Fun fact, it's the very last movie that Disney Pixar released on VHS.
Dang.
You have to have been a part of the movie club to get it.
Whoa.
And if you ever come across it in the wild, look out for that red clamshell, because it's like, if you get it sealed, it's like $5,000 on eBay.
Are you serious?
So
multiple hundreds of dollars if you find it anywhere. But it's like,
that's pretty sick.
Super rare. But yeah, that's the last. That's just a fun trivia fact.
Sick.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go Ratatouille, but it really kills me.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I think if you did this with another podcast, Cars makes it to the finals. You know what I mean?
Cars could win. I think Cars could win it. Like, there's a good. If you did this with only 8-year-old boys, Cars would win immediately.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Wave is stupid. Wave is about girls.
They did exactly what they were supposed to do. They made
Ratatouille is kind of for retards. I'm gonna go with Cars on this one.
And it's funny.
And the flinch.
We
don't like the flinch.
It is legitimately funny. Cars. You capitalize on Larry the Cable Guy's fame. But Ratatouille is just amazing.
It's a perfect movie.
I mean, it's like anybody can cook, and this whole I also love just like a good pun that's worked into a movie.
Yeah.
I've talked about Bare Necessities before. A rat cooking ratatouille. I mean, it's when you're in the idea thing, you go, well, what could a rat potentially cook, right?
Can I tell you
Ratatouille?
One of my favorite things about the title of Ratatouille is we all say Ratatouille, and I believe that's how they say it in the movie. People from the Northeast invariably call it Ratatouille. Oh yeah, no.
Favorite Pixar film.
They have it in Epcot in Disney World, invariably, because there's so many people from New York and New Jersey in Florida at Disney World, and we'll be in Epcot heading towards the Ratatouille ride. Invariably, you'll hear somebody go, "Oh man, freaking don't want to wait in line for Ratatouille again." Oh man, you know what my favorite Pixar is? Freaking Ratatouille.
Pixar would say Cars is a better movie because they're able to have Radiator Springs.
Well, okay, that's one thing.
And the ride is sick. And like, what good ride's coming out of Ratatouille?
It's a cool ride. It's fun.
I've never been on it, but
you do the test kitchen. I don't know why the test kitchen is in the Marvel land. Like, why isn't it Ratatouille test kitchen?
That's one thing we can keep going, but just because it'll become a thing later. With Cars going out, if it was against anything else that I didn't like, I maybe would have gone Cars just because it created a universe and a world that just everyone was a part of. I think that's. I mean, it doesn't have to be the metric for is this a good Pixar movie? But you know that if it has a spot on one of the parks, it's created a universe that just everyone loves.
I'm using a little bit of that. I don't have a strict metric on what I'm using, but I am thinking a little bit in that terms, and I think you're absolutely right that gives it a bump. But when we're talking just straight film, Ratatouille. All right, next round. Toy Story
laughable
versus Luca.
If you pick Luca over Toy Story,
Vespa is life.
Your dad's disappointed in you.
Luca was fun, but certainly in the bottom 3 of Pixar films.
Yeah, Luca was cute. I didn't connect to it a ton emotionally. for what.
Yeah.
I think there's this thing that Pixar had been doing, and it's a little bit of a more recent thing that I think kind of has ebbed and flowed with the social thing, which is like make every movie a movie that celebrates a culture.
Yeah.
And that to me, I think the cultures are beautiful, but it really to me detracts from the ability to tell a story that's about like a hardship that someone's going through.
We have talked about this multiple times, is that when you all of a sudden say, I have to tell this message.
Yeah.
Whether it is the gospel, a liberal message, or celebrating somebody's culture, all of a sudden you take it out. Like the proper thing to do is say, I have this incredible story, human story, right? Or robot story.
That everyone can relate to, no matter the culture.
And then you go, oh, this actually would fit really well inside of Italy, right?
Yep.
Rather than, and I think we'll get to it, I think Coco is an incredible story that celebrates Mexican culture.
Coco's, I rewatched Coco on vacation this year, and I didn't realize how freaking phenomenal it was. Coco's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so Toy Story destroys Luca one-handed.
Yeah, it doesn't even look. It like flicks its finger.
It's the first. It's so good. The trilogy and even number 4 has its moments. I think you put number 4 up against Luca, and I think you still have an argument. Duke Kaboom might beat Luca on his own,
even with the fish powers.
Listen, man, you put Duke Kaboom up against Luca on his Vespa, like Duke's winning.
I do think Luca was cool. It was a fun story.
I agree with you though that it lacked, and it was the same with the Good Dinosaur. It just lacked a little bit of the connection that you just are used to experiencing with Pixar. Here's the next one: The Incredibles versus Soul.
This is also an insane one to me, and it's
crazy to me that 95%. I wonder what The Incredibles is.
I need to rewatch.
Incredibles is like my number 2.
I need to rewatch Soul, but
Soul's fine.
Incredibles is an absolute timeless movie.
Yeah.
They created an entire Incredibles is a comic book superhero IP that exists and has a rightful place in the echelon of like the top 20 greatest superhero characters of all time. And The Incredibles is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And what's even like crazier is that it copied the Fantastic Four that and like kind of like took over that now when the Fantastic Four came back, they're like, oh, it's just like The Incredibles. Like, no, well, The Incredibles is like the Fantastic Four. It took its own influence and ate it.
Yeah. I love The Incredibles.
There are some moments in The Incredibles that are like there are a couple moments in Soul that I'm like, that was really funny. That I enjoyed that a lot.
Tina Fey's in it.
Tina Fey is in it. But The Incredibles has some just iconic moments from the character intros doing the interviews.
Yep. Is
so funny. Like I feel like the maid, like I just cleaned this place up, and to the newspaper stuff. I mean, I think it captures what Pixar does great is like the retro, which is so funny. You mentioned Fantastic Four because that's what Fantastic Four needed to be successful again, to do this future retro thing. That's what The Incredibles crushed at, right? Where it's all this
20
future
years ago
stuff.
Too.
But you still are telling stories through newspaper clippings, right? It was like
I didn't even
X-ray
realize,
peeping Tom.
I didn't even realize I rewatched the part of The Incredibles this week. It was on the TV in our hotel, and when they're at Edna Mode's house, and he's like, I really like a cape like Dinah Guy, and she starts going through the montage of, she goes, start that girl, 58, died in a turbine. And then she's like, what's his name?
I think it's Dinah Guy or something.
Dinah Guy, 59.
Dinah Guy wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed.
But she says the year. She's saying, I didn't notice it until the captions were on. She's saying the year they died. So she's saying like died in 1958. So this movie is like squarely taking place
in the 60s. Early 70s.
I guess it really has to be the early 70s, which is interesting too. But yeah.
Yeah, that's. Oh, I knew that she was doing the dates, but I never put it together that you are giving some sort of like timeline.
Yeah,
that's interesting. All right, Incredibles over Soul. Soul was fun. Finding the Zone, it's good.
Rewatch it.
Finding Nemo and A Bug's Life.
It's easy. It's Finding Nemo.
So
I have a personal connection.
I will allow you guys Finding Nemo.
You will allow it?
I'll allow it.
I outvoted you.
I will allow it. Listen, it's my podcast, and I count as 3 votes. You guys can have your votes if you want.
You know, I'm the tiebreaker. Yeah.
Listen, A Bug's Life has some of the funniest moments in any Pixar movie.
It does.
I think
Dennis Leary
as the ladybug, like Francis. It's like guys. It's a name that could both be a girl name and a guy name. He is a boy ladybug. He's teaching he's like, I was going to teach him canasta. Like, there's such like little funny moments in that movie, and you all look like tiny little ants from up here. I quote the leaf falling, and the guy goes, "We're going to go around the leaf, and here's the line again." And they're like, "Oh, thank you so much." He goes, "That's nothing compared to the stick of 72." Like,
that's so funny.
There's so many great things in A Bug's Life.
Yeah, A Bug's Life is great. You can activate pretty much anybody born after the year 1985 if you go, "I'm a beautiful little butterfly."
Dude, absolutely. Was Bonnie Hunt's intro too as the Black Widow, and she goes, and that's how my last husband died, so I suppose that makes me a Black Widow. Like, it's again, there's just so many little throwaways that you're like, frick, man, that's so good.
Yeah, they did a really good job with the dry humor in A Bug's Life. Finding Nemo, in my opinion, is actually the moment when Pixar became Pixar. Finding Nemo is like Ben
What
said.
year did Nemo come out? 2003?
Maybe 2000.
I think it's post Inc.
Let's Google it. Let's give it a goog.
I think it goes Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc.
Nemo's 03.
Guess he was right.
Monsters Inc. is 01. And then what was the other one?
It's Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc.
95 is Toy Story. 99 is Toy Story 2.
I just don't think I've ever seen a movie that had the kids movie that had so much broad cultural impact immediately when it came out.
Yep.
Like, I remember seeing Finding Nemo, and then the next week, all anybody was talking about was Finding Nemo. And I also think it fit perfectly in the place of, like, it was also probably the most beautiful animated movie that had ever been made at that point because of the ocean stuff.
I remember watching the documentary on the first few Pixar films, and they were like, "Hey, we got to actually scale this back. We've made it too realistic." Like, it looks like they put it up, and it's like a whale versus a whale. You go, it looks. We need this to be animated, like, right?
Yeah, dude. I'm finding
culturally. To your point, culturally, it is. You can't go to an aquarium and see a clownfish and a little kid not be like, "There's a Nemo. There's a Dory fish."
Dude, the score, I think the score is probably the best Pixar score. I think it's Giacchino, right?
I think Giacchino probably.
While you were talking about it,
I don't know if he started
later. And it opens with Bobby Darin's "Somewhere Beyond the Sea." There's just so much about that movie that it is like the most vibe.
I mean, freaking Albert Brooks is. I was gonna say Giacchino, I think, is later.
Thomas Newman.
Your boy. Your boy.
Should have known it was freaking Newman.
Yeah, I mean,
I cut you off earlier, Ben.
No, that's shark bait. Like Mount Wanahakalugi. Yeah. I mean, there's so many quotable. Bruce? I touched a butt. Bruce. Fish are friends, not food.
Oh my gosh.
Ellen DeGeneres, who is, we don't like Ellen DeGeneres anymore. She's mean now, but
she's mean and gay.
That's the most Trump. She is exactly the way Trump would describe her. You
know what's funny is there are literal restaurants in Chicago that like they only hire lesbians and trans people to be mean to you. That's the gimmick. You go and you like try to order a hot dog.
That's crazy because you can get that for free.
If you take, well, that's my point. That's my point. Is that when they're like, hey, listen, I'm not saying that every lesbian is mean, but there are restaurants that are successful that people go, I would like to pay to get food and have a lesbian be mean to me.
The Good Dinosaur was actually originally titled The Mean Lesbian. And they were like, this is it. It didn't test well with audiences.
So, yeah. What were we saying about Finding Nemo?
While you were talking, I didn't realize you just reminded me. I almost started crying a little bit.
Yeah.
Just thinking about this movie. And so I think this might take Ratatouille spot for me.
Also,
I like that. I love it.
Also, oh my gosh, why am I blanking on names? But the turtle,
Crush.
Thank you. Which is a great feature, newer feature at Disneyland, where Crush is like talking to the crowd.
Dude, great feed, dude.
Yeah, so much fun.
My feed for a while was only clips of people asking.
Yeah. But
the original Crush attraction was Stitch.
Was it?
Really?
Very, very, very short-lived. I just watched a short documentary about it. The original one was Stitch, and you could talk to Stitch, and he would interact with you. Stitch and Crush are both characters that are like really easy to imitate, and Stitch doesn't talk a lot.
Yeah.
So they were like, "Oh, we could hire people to do Stitch, and people won't be thrown off because he doesn't talk a lot in the movie." Yeah. So it's kind of up to interpretation.
Let's hear Crush. Let's hear it.
Yeah,
it is pretty good.
It's pretty good. Okay, yeah. A Bug's Life holds a very special place in my heart, but I agree with you guys. Finding Nemo is better. Up versus Brave. And if you pick the wrong one here, you are a misogynist a-hole.
You're right.
You're
right. No, we should go with Up. I agree.
I actually really like Brave.
Brave is fun. It is a good movie. Again, now it could be that I'm a boy. I don't think that that's the case, but I didn't have a huge emotional connection to the character.
Sure.
I also thought maybe, and this could be me having like a good relationship with my mom.
Yeah.
I felt like when I was watching Brave, I was like, you should probably like listen to your, she's not, your mom's not that bad. I think there's a lot of girls with a lot of moms.
Have you seen Tangled?
I mean,
this one's not that bad.
I was going to say, Rapunzel, Cinderella, they're all watching the new Pixar stuff, and they're like, this is the villain? And she comes to the realization that her mom's not a villain. She's not a giant bear. But in the beginning, it's like your character is like not likable enough, right? You have to pit them against each other in a way that you still like her.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I think I'm siding with the mom. Like, I get it. You like bow and arrows. Who doesn't? But
I do think you're right. And I think I'm not trying to pander, but I think you're right. That relationship in the movie is an extremely common hardship that young women particularly have to go through with their mothers.
Yeah.
And so it's a really beautiful, special thing. And it is completely lost on me. I don't mean that in a mean way. I just mean
absolutely.
I can appreciate it and observe it and imagine how hard it would be. It's just completely lost on me.
This is what I love about Pixar is that I would say they nail it 90% of the time, maybe more, that they tell a story that like kids can relate to. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That like you're saying, okay, yeah, like this is probably a really realistic relationship that I think ends fairly decently, right? Like where they kind of understand each other.
Well,
it's a less extreme version of The Little Mermaid, where like I always had a problem with. The Little Mermaid I think is in the wrong too, right? What is it? Up on.
Part of
they understand they don't reprimand their daughters, right? And this is like kind of a hero moment, or at least as a kid, that's how I like took it. And I'm like, I think sometimes you're supposed to be reprimanded. She doesn't understand that yet when she's singing the song. It takes her.
Well, again, that's like a boy girl thing a lot of times, because for me, when teenagers for me were like, I wish I didn't get in trouble so much. I was like, well. I mean, if you don't like getting hit and spanked, you better shut your mouth.
You just
Easy
don't talk.
Formula.
All you have to do is listen to Trident.
It's different kind of disciplinarian.
You got your whole cave of who's it's and what's it's galore. You're living a pretty good life here.
Yeah, I was living in a bunk bed with my younger brother until I was 17. I was like, you have your own room. You've got everything.
So, everything except legs. Brave, good movie. Up, it is just. Listen. In the first 5 minutes, you cry. I cried like 3 times during the theater, and I was like an 18-year-old who didn't know how to express emotion, so it was like very crazy experience for me. This is a Giacchino that I would maybe argue is like the best soundtrack. Like I don't know, with that kind of 40s jazz stuff.
He did Incredibles, and Incredibles is so good.
Yeah.
Banana? Yeah.
It's all good. It's all.
I just did the NFL. I just did the NFL on accident. I just didn't want any of the listeners to think that they were so much smarter than me. And
I had that theme song. I had that theme song of Up playing in the coffee shop, and a guy came in. He goes, "You playing the Up theme song? Like, you trying to get me to cry at 10 o'clock in the morning?" I go, "Hey, man, Up is
heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking.
I do think it's overrated because the first 5 minutes of the movie are so insanely good.
Yeah.
That the rest of it doesn't have to be that good.
I could get behind that. All right, so Up wins though. Monsters.
Oh, whoa! I want it to be acknowledged that I'm voting Brave.
Oh, you are voting Brave.
I'm voting Brave
over Up.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's why you don't have.
You have poor taste.
It's acknowledged that you lose your right to vote.
I'm kidding. Why? Wait, can you make a quick? Because we're taking this forever. Can you give us a quick argument for Brave?
I watched it recently with Maliette, and I really enjoyed it.
And he has a daughter,
and I can't remember Up besides the bird and the talking dog.
That's all you need, man. Doug, Squirrel. That if we're talking about cultural impact,
I will love you forever.
If we're talking about cultural impacts, how many times do you hear that quoted in a month?
Yeah.
Not that that's the only reason to choose a movie, but tell me one quotable line in Brave.
I'll be shooting from my own hand. I mean, I say that as silly as it is. Like
touche. I say it that's not bad.
A year at least.
And then everybody else goes, "What's the Scottish accent you're doing?" Next one, Monsters, Inc. versus The Elements of Style. Also known as Elemental. Yeah. Kate really likes Elemental. It's kind of one of the newer... Oh, you know what's not on here, which is a tragedy, is Onward.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
I like Onward. I think
Onward's
it's a fun
good.
movie.
Wasn't going to win.
It wasn't going to win. The moment that he sends his van and it gets the flat tire and goes into like the gallop that looks like the Pegasus is painted on the side, it's like one of the better scenes in any movie. Monsters Inc. versus Elemental. Kate really likes Elemental. Not a bad film.
Yeah.
Nowhere near
Monsters
Inc.
Not even close.
Cool. Elemental's cool. It's also another example and it's not bad. It's just a niche. It's a niche drama that the character is experiencing. She's experiencing the drama of being a second generation immigrant and the challenges of that. And I think it's great that there's representation for people who are second generation immigrants. And it's so difficult because my parents came from a terrible country and now I live in the greatest country in the world. It's really hard for me.
If you had to put kind of like a fiery
race
girl who was trying to who was in line to overtake her dad's store, what race or country would you say she's from?
It's
not
weird
from
because
not from fire. No, I'm just kidding.
Because from Fireland.
It's a fun movie.
I really thought that they were supposed to be like Chinese.
I thought they were Asian too.
Portion of it, but then they did a really good job of making it like very ethnically ambiguous.
Absolutely,
kind of felt like they were like Jewish
except the water people. Why is my? Are you guys? Oh,
right,
I should stop playing with my headphones.
And the water people
I think
are
that's,
obviously.
I think that's why it's cutting out white.
White people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which again is another.
Are super proud of their weird art. Monsters Inc. I had the decision. Kate and I rewatched this last week. It's maybe the most creative movie idea out there.
Yeah.
Yep. You're powering your monster city on screams. They come through
screams.
the doors. The children screams that laughter is more powerful than screams, and there's this whole, obviously the whole connection with Boo, and then if we're talking about just straight funny.
Dude,
like we're talking about throwaway lines, and Bonnie Hunt I'm realizing is just kind of like some of the like crossover for that in the beginning where she goes and like the door, you left the door open. It's like and why do we close the door? Because you could let in a draft. You could let in a child. You could let in a draft is such a funny line. I think John Goodman and Billy Crystal are so good together. And you you could have cast that live action and it would have been the same dynamic, right?
Yeah.
Like this kind of big looming sort of thing. And then Billy Crystal who plays a great, like, I mean, Mike Wazowski is Billy Crystal.
Mike Wazowski.
Yeah. It is really good.
My friend Brent, really funny guy. Great at recalling movie quotes. Something happened the other day, and I was like, what are we going to do? Kidnap children to make this work? And he immediately goes, I'll kidnap 1,000 children before I let this company die. And I was like, gosh, that's such a good pull out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's solid. I think, like, too, there's, like, so many layers to it. Randall is a great bad guy.
Yeah.
Which is a very funny turn in the university when he's like the nerd. The Yeti, they get outcast to the Yeti. Like, there's so many good things. Also, a fun fact: first animated toilet.
Wow.
Monsters Inc., or at least a flushing of the toilet. So Monsters Inc. wins. All right, this is tough. This is tough, and I think that Ben. Oh, gosh. Inside Out versus Coco. Inside Out.
Yeah.
Inside Out, 98%. Well, we need representation for anger from Inside Out. No. Coco.
I thought you were going to say Mexican.
I think that here's another upset between Ratatouille and Cars, Inside Out and Coco. Either one of these leaving in the first round is very tough.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hold on 1 second. Is it you got it. I have my Inside Out is the one for me. Coco tells an incredible story. It's an incredible story of family and legacy and what that means. Inside Out for me is a movie that I wish that I had as a 10-year-old. Like, I wish, this is what we're talking about, like with Brave. and stuff, Pixar goes, well, what if we make a movie about complex emotions and how it's okay to be sad, and how when you get through being sad, like you can come out on the other end. The scene where Bing Bong loses his which, and also Pixar, it never is afraid of real consequences. He's an imaginary friend. He's gonna be forgotten eventually as she grows up, right? Like he dies, and they're okay with it, right? That's, you go, oh, why didn't you bring Bing Bong back in the end? Because there's a real cost to things. There's a cost to growing up. You lose your innocence. You lose being a child. Yeah. But when Bing Bong loses the rocket, and he's like, we were gonna go to the moon, and he's crying. He goes, try the caramels; they're delicious. Joy is like, what are you doing? Like, why are you asking him like what his favorite like memory was, or why he's being sad? She's like, don't, like, you're trying to avoid it. And then he cries, and then he's like, I'm okay, I'm better now. We can go. That's like an incredible scene, and I think that an 8-9-year-old seeing that play out is actually like a really great thing that you should experience as a child.
Oh, dude. It's so good. It's so good. The last time I watched it through, I liked it more. And I think Riley is such a cool, what they do with Riley is such a cool thing, because she's obviously hurting, but even her parents who love her don't understand that she's acting out.
Yeah.
And she's hurting, but she's just being a butthead.
But she's trying to be a good daughter at the same time. That's why it's great too, right?
Yep.
And she's hurting, she's missing her friends.
Yep.
She's not fitting in.
She's trying to suck it up.
She's trying to suck it up because her dad is, having a hard time at work, and moving across country is difficult for everybody.
Right.
But also, like, you're displaced.
Yep.
And you're going to have some complicated emotions.
Yep. Yeah, and that's probably also a niche. I think, as much as I say, like, man, Elemental's like a really niche thing for people who are second generation immigrants. That group of people would probably say the same thing. They'd probably watch Inside Out and be like, well, I don't identify with that at all. I never, my parents didn't allow any of those kind of feelings. I would have just been
sure. Well, and I guess that's why. That's why I think it's important, because I think that you're right. I think that a lot of people don't, or even like, I never had like a serious conversation with my dad like that, like, or not that he wasn't trying to or whatever, but or even like sometimes I think my mom maybe didn't push me in the right direction, where I was like, I just don't want to talk about it. She's like, all right, cool, sounds good. I'm like, well, that actually caused quite a lot of years of reverse
repression.
So thanks a lot, Mom.
It's pretty obvious for me, Benjamin Salazar, that I'm going to vote for Inside Out.
Inside Out.
Wait, I think Marion, what do you think?
I think that translated to Inside Out.
I think that, no, she said Inside Out.
Yeah, I heard it. Coco is so good, and I think you put it up against a lot of other movies on this list, and it pains me to knock it out right here, but Inside Out just is in my top probably 3 Pixar
I don't know
movies,
what it was. We just, like I said, we just recently watched Coco on vacation, and when they get to the part where I think it's like the thing for me personally is when you realize his great grandmother is also somebody's. Now I'm gonna get choked up. Sorry, like, his great grandmother is also somebody's daughter.
Yeah.
She also misses her dad. Like, she also needed somebody to take care of her. And she isn't bitter. Like, her daughter is the one. If you remember, it's like Coco's grandma who hates her grandfather.
Yeah.
But Mama Coco, she loved her dad. And she just missed her dad. So when he shows her the picture and plays her the song, she lights up. And like I think that was like really emotional for me.
Yeah.
It was like no matter how old people get, the need for a parent and the joy of a loving parent is still such a powerful thing. That was so cool.
But not good enough.
We're going for the white girl in San Francisco.
Let's lightning around this semifinal because we kind of talked about our favorite moments. But we've got this. Well, the first one is tough here. We got WALL-E versus Ratatouille.
WALL-E.
I knew you were going to go WALL-E.
Ratatouille.
And Ben and I are going to go Ratatouille. WALL-E is really great, and it has one of my favorite lines of all time in it when they are at the pool and the lady's talking about her date. And she says it was a virtual disaster. I think that's like the best example of a pun that it fits. It fits in the line that it's not a stretch to say it was a virtual disaster, but it's a virtual date. Like it is, again, it's a bare necessities moment where you go, guys, he's a bear and he's all about the bare necessities.
It's so good.
I think the virtual disaster, but again, the Ratatouille, it taps in to this love of creativity and the love of your craft. I was talking to a hardcore chef in Chicago, and he was like, Ratatouille, like I hated my job, and then I watched Ratatouille, and I remembered why I loved cooking.
I
was like, holy crap, that's so
beautiful.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's pretty bad.
But I agree, WALL-E is upper echelon. I think WALL-E and Up are very similar for me, that there are some very funny moments, but overall it's actually like I think Ratatouille hits me in a personal way more so than what WALL-E does, but it's more entertaining. I'll put Ratatouille on way more than I'll watch WALL-E. Kind of like I'll watch Schindler's List. You get the comparison all the time, WALL-E to Schindler's List. You watch that once or twice in your life and you go, maybe that's too extreme. Shawshank, we'll go Shawshank. Like Shawshank once every 5 years is probably enough.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't put it on and be like, I just kind of want to be entertained for a little bit while Dufresne's escaping the sisters. Same thing with WALL-E. All right. Next
WALL-E
one.
Also, the prison scenes with WALL-E that they cut were really similar to. He's about to stab him in the head, and WALL-E's explaining why that's a bad idea. He's like,
oh boy, this next one is controversy. I think this bracket is garbage. Freaking ChatGPT. I should have told it to do some different things. We got Toy Story versus The Incredibles.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the first Toy Story is great. If it was Toy Story 3, I would take it over The Incredibles. But I
you're
will
taking it as a whole.
As a whole? Well,
you're going to go Incredibles?
As a whole, are you saying I'm ranking Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 versus Incredibles 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Well, then I would. Well, but if I have to include Toy Story 4, then I go Incredibles.
Toy Story 4 is a big enough doc. Incredibles 2 was a fun, not fun. It was a fun movie, but it was really great. But it did.
Was good.
I think it lost, though, a bit of the charm.
It wasn't as good as the first Incredibles. No.
I'm gonna go Toy Story.
You're gonna go Toy Story.
It's so tough. I think actually I probably should go Toy Story as well.
This is a very hard one for me because I think Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 are an almost perfect trilogy. I really, really love The Incredibles.
I'm so. I shouldn't be ticked off. It's not a thing that people should be ticked off about. But the fact that Toy Story and Bo Peep are going to return to whatever her name's house where the toys live now in Toy Story 5, it just Bonnie's house out. Love her. Bonnie's great. She's gonna be like a teenager,
right? Toy Story. I
think she's technically like a preteen.
Let us not sleep on Toy Story 2.
Toy Story 2 is probably the funniest Pixar.
I was going to say, as far as funny factor goes, Toy Story 2 is really good.
I know people hate this line because they think it's like misogynistic or whatever, but I'm a married spud is funny.
Yeah.
It's funny because his character would be like that.
Yeah.
Not that that's good, not that it's permissible, but his character is like the kind of guy that would be like that.
All right, next one, Nemo versus Up.
Nemo.
Finding Nemo.
I'm going to take Nemo. Yeah.
Finding Nemo. Up, I think, is kind of groundbreaking as an animated film and the type of story that you can tell in an animated film. But Finding Nemo tells an incredible story without that pretense.
Yeah. Well, remember that Marlin, his wife and all of his children, but one
killed by a barracuda
in the first minute of the movie. So yeah, it's sad that you had a long, happy life with your spouse, but you couldn't procreate. That's hard. Marlin is John Wick.
Yeah.
And I'll say it now. Marlin walked so that John Wick could run.
Finding Nemo 3 is actually Marlin hunting down.
I have a very specific set of skills.
All of
skills that make me a nightmare to fishermen like you.
And that's taken.
I don't know why. Yeah, that is taken. I don't know why the
also Finding Nemo 3. He goes to watch U2 for no explicable reason and gets kidnapped again.
I was gonna do my favorite John Wick line that I quote, but I never find a GIF of, and I never want to pull because I don't think people remember it. It's from this? I think it's from the first one where he goes, "Yeah, I think I'm back."
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's not distinct. I agree with you. It's not distinct enough to be like, John Wick.
That line is from the trailer, and I think it's one of the reasons that people thought the movie was going to be so stupid. In the trailer, when he goes, "Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back,"
but it
You're
fits.
Like, okay, that sounds bad.
It fits in
the context of the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
All right, Nemo
beats up.
Nemo. It's good. All right, Monsters Inc.
versus Inside Out. Monsters Inc. all day.
I gotta go Monsters Inc.
Yeah, me too. I gotta go Monsters Inc.
Again, Inside Out, I really, really love, but Monsters Inc. and also Monsters University, like we kind of touched on how funny it is. I can't go back to jail moment. We're okay. Like, my name's Don, mature student. Like, there's a lot of really, really funny things in that.
Just think of me as your dad, who was also your brother. No, wait.
No,
think of me as your brother,
that's worse.
who's married to your mom.
What's the first? It's there. Kate would point to these and be like, "That's low hanging fruit. That's not funny." The best example is in Goldmember when he goes, "There's two things I hate in life: people who are intolerant of other people's countries, cultures, and the Dutch." She's like, "It's too easy." I go, "Yeah, but it's hilarious." When they're doing the hide and seek, and Mike is finding all of them, and he points to the pink guy. He goes, he's like, behind the garbage can, up in the tree, standing out in the open.
Dude,
join the improv club. It's really there's some great moments.
Bro, anybody who's had their like orientation day, like the orientation day thing that they do on Monsters University is so spot on. It's insane. The improv thing where you've got a guy from your college who leads an improv club and obviously is not going to have a career in comedy.
Yeah.
But he's the only guy passionate about we had a guy like that at Northwest University, and he was like I'm kind of a yes and guy. Like just totally him.
You're not talking about comedy or improv at all.
Yeah, he's just not very funny. Good guy, not very funny. I remember we were like, some people were watching.
Was it Manny Garza?
Office. No, Manny didn't think. Manny didn't think he was funny. Thankfully.
Well, Manny did.
I just like him putting that into like everything, where it's just like they're at Applebee's. It's like, so you want the cheeseburger? You go, yes, and a Pepsi. Can I have your appetizers?
He throws it. He's constantly throwing it back to the server. And the server's like really frustrated. The server walks away, and the guy goes, "Some people just don't do improv. Some people just don't get the energy. I'm trying to throw it back at you, and you throw it back at me. Here's the energy ball. Oh, the energy ball's hot. What's next?
Give me a suggestion. What's your suggestion? What's your favorite place of vacation? Can I just take your food, please?
Can I please get your order? So do you want fries? Or would you like the sweet potato fries? Ooh, sweet potato fries. Who's ever heard of a sweet potato?
Steven Sweet Potato Fry, you know what I'm saying? What were you going to say about this guy?
I don't know. Manny, did you know Manny was the judge for Fine Arts, the comedy, when someone did stand-up?
That's insane.
That's why I lost.
Did you actually lose?
No. I didn't. They did not have stand-up when I was doing Fine Arts.
And I was like...
Or when I was potentially doing Fine Arts.
They didn't... This year, they had one person do it, and so they just had whoever was judging the sermon just do the comedy. Mm-hmm. And I was like, why didn't you ask Jesse?
That's so weird that they wouldn't just... I mean...
But it was just one entry.
But also Jason Duman. Like, Jason Duman...
Yeah, I was going to say, Duman makes...
University.
Duman makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Because he does stand up.
Somebody.
Yeah,
it's so
but
hard, though.
Also you only have one entry. I mean,
who cares?
Put him, just be like, hey, tie this into a gospel thing, and we're just gonna put you into the sermon. Like,
yeah, exactly.
All right.
Should we? Sorry, real quick. Are we down to the last 4?
Yeah.
Should we probably save it and have people write in?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay,
that makes sense.
So
it is final 4 are Ratatouille, Toy Story. Those are up against each other, and then
Finding
Nemo and Monsters Inc. are up against each other.
Gosh,
that's brutal. This is the thing with Pixar movie is that you really are like I have a hard time choosing my favorites anyway.
Yeah.
But like this is real deal.
Well, I would have gone
cinema.
WALL-E for me personally, although I do think I would be in the vast minority. WALL-E for me would have been champion.
Yeah. And
WALL-E all the way.
I knew that about you. And I like it hurts me that The Incredibles is off and the Inside Out is off. Like those are two that I'm like, these are such good movies. And as much as like all three of us like superheroes, like the fact that The Incredibles is off. It's a little sad to me.
Ben, you're 10 years younger than us. Pardon me, 10 years younger than us.
You're a 10-year-old.
Ben, you're an iPad kid. Do you think that we may have accidentally picked, like me and Jesse picked old Pixar movies just because we're old?
No, I think you forget that I'm on like the tail end of like I still like experience like I grew up with
stuff.
Same Toy Story, Nemo, all that stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it feels.
I'm not as young as you think I am.
You're 26.
I'm 26, turning 27.
Apparently, he's exactly how old he thinks you are. No, I get it though. Like thinking that there's a different poll. I think that if you put some of these movies up against the older, like if it had shaken out a little bit different, I think that some of the newer movies could upset. Like I think Coco. When was Coco? That
it might have been.
Is in the teens, maybe.
Yeah.
20 teens. I count that as a newer
17.
movie. Yeah, 2017. I would stack that up against a lot of Pixar movies and say Coco takes the cake. But
takes the flan.
Takes the flan. Thank you. And the same with Onward that is not on here. Onward I think is really good, but I don't like Pixar has lost a bit of a step.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's just because I'm old. I think they just have lost a step in the last 10 years. I think Hoppers looks great. Yeah, great point.
John Lasseter is like
the worst thing that came out of the Me Too movement.
Yeah,
I don't remember any of that.
I'm totally kidding, by the way. He's very European about it. Apparently, he greeted people with a kiss on the lips, which is not okay. And some Pixar people, the girls were like, you gotta like dodge Lasseter's greetings. That's not okay.
I thought that it was also guys who were like, yeah, he just is like too touchy. Like, I don't want to be hugged so much. I don't want to be massaged. I don't want to be touched. And none of it sounded like sexual type massage.
No, not at all.
We all know people who will like rub your. I know women,
and
will rub people's shoulders without asking.
Lasser was like
uncomfortable.
Lasser was like, I didn't realize I was making everybody so uncomfortable.
Oh,
which is,
dude.
You got to read the room. He's just so focused on telling stories that he forgot to read the room. You got to read the room. You got to not do that. Do I think that he had to stop working for the rest of his life in movies? Probably not. I think that there's probably some other people who are working regularly that have done worse things, and more maliciously.
Oh yeah.
But
dude, that's just such a tough thing to hear. I didn't realize I was making everyone so uncomfortable. It's just such a freaking gut punch. It just makes me feel so bad for him that he's like, yeah I just love people. Right. And everyone's like, well, we hate you. And he's like, oh, I didn't realize that.
He thinks he's expressing. Yeah. It's like someone telling you that your laugh is annoying. You go, oh, man, the thing that I'm expressing to tell you that I'm joyful.
Yeah.
Makes you annoyed.
Makes you hate me. It's the Tim Robinson sketch. Did you make any friends tonight? Not really.
All right. Next week, we're going to talk about the top 4.
You got to wait real quick. What are they again? So everyone knows.
Yes.
It is.
Email in. It's Ratatouille versus Toy Story. Nemo versus Monsters, Inc.
Wow, dude.
Yikes.
Insane.
Yikers. Write in newwaystoriespod@gmail.com.
Or Jesse's phone number, 509.
It's not even a 509. It's a Chicago number.
If you agree that Jesse and Ben are both lunatics, you can write in and say, I stand with Wally.
I stand with Wally.
I stand with Wally.
Hashtag stand with Wally. Darius.
Resist.
Hashtag brown pride.
Just real quick, I want to show Darius something that I have a new mug coming.
Yeah, you need a new mug.
Because I rewatched. You can get your New Way podcast. Don't mean that as a euphemism on Etsy. Or I rewatched Bloodsport. We have kids melting down. Let me just share this really quick. This is purely for me. I don't expect to sell any of these. There you go.
Did you make that with ChatGPT?
Yeah, and it's in the mail coming to me right now.
This is a mug?
Yeah. Bro, yeah, so you got that on both sides. Mock.
I was working out with a dude, like a dude 10 years older than us, a Gen X guy who was lifting weights with him, and I referenced Bloodsport, and he was like, oh, I watched the movie 10 times when it came out in theaters, and I was like, yes, bro. I was like, Frank Dukes? He's like, man, the Frank Dukes guy must have been a legend. And I was like, well,
in his own mind.
He was like, no, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, no, he's not legit.
All right, that does it for us, guys. New Way Stories Pod. Thank you guys so much for listening. We love you. Get your mugs. Get your Death Touch. Mock. Bottom one mug if you want it. And we'll see you next week to discuss the best Pixar movie.